And now they're fucking the animals. Why are they fucking the animals? Well, you didn't say no about fucking the animals.
Turns out people can be pretty technical. So they
can't
will
look
word
at
for
you.
word us on that.
That's not how you look at humans. Like, you know what? We were innovative.
We saw an obstacle, sir, and I believe we overcame it.
We see the graph right here.
This is the Dilettantes podcast where a father and son try to be expert on issues and just shoot the shit about life, death, and everything in between. Hope you enjoy our convo.
Yeah, just hang back and listen.
Yeah.
We're just talking guy shit.
Basically. And speaking of guy shit, what we were just talking about with the Super Bowl, it just now got done. Ever going to date this?
Yep, just finished up. Kansas City. Andy Reid finally gets one.
Yep. He was bouncing around his coaching career.
He's been in the, I don't even know how many years he's been in the league, but that was his 222nd one.
I wonder what coach has the highest wins in their career.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I think he rules. We'd have to Google it or something.
We'll do that right now.
Steelers are up there. San Francisco's up there.
Yeah.
Probably some other teams in there that,
like back in the day, they did a crazy year.
Yeah, there's teams in there that are sprinkled with a couple, but nothing like New England and the Steelers. You got the you have the Green Bay Packers in there too, someplace. I don't know if Lombardi has. It's a sin, probably, but not to know it. But how many wins that he went out with?
Wait, is this?
Did he get into college? No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Get into college basketball.
They're saying Don Shula had a record career of 328 wins, 156 losses, and 6 ties.
Yeah.
With two different teams, 33 seasons, winning 2 Super Bowls.
And
Bill
they went
Belichick
completely undefeated.
Bill Belichick is 172 wins behind Shula.
And
at at Bill Belichick's rate of winning bowls, he would be able to pass Shula in 2024. So if old boy hangs around, he might get it. Which I don't know how long Belichick's going to be in coaching for. I mean, it's a job where you can really get old and continue it. So,
yeah, Shula's still alive. He's getting up there. We've talked about it, how football teams approach the 1972 Dolphins undefeated season, and nobody's ever crossed the threshold. Every time that somebody's about to, they'll go dig one of them up, and they'll be talking shit. They're like, no, nobody can ever beat our record. They don't even wish him good luck. They're like, nah, nobody's ever done what we've done. You're like, whoa. Like, whoa. There's few of them left. Shula's one of them. You go kiss the ring when you talk to him.
Yeah.
So how was that season? Incredible.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It went exactly as planned.
Win out. That's what you do. You win out.
There you go. Yeah, dude. Where I spend my Super Bowl, and usually a lot of people, they spend their Super Bowls with their families and stuff. I went. This is just to explain the audience. So, but basically, specifically where I went, it was at like I don't even know what you would call it, but it was like on the campus of Berkeley, and there was these houses, and like basically they owned a house that had several rooms, kind of like a fraternity, basically, if you were to sum it up like that. And there was just like, and again, I don't understand.
It sounds like a joke.
It's not. I go right up there. Old boy comes in with like a sweater vest and a pop collar shirt, and I was just like, "Are we in a fraternity right now?" That's when I walk in. It's just, they're talking about how like they had like dirty carpets and they're replaced with hardwood. I'm like, dude, I'm at a college party right now. And that's when it just completely switched over, and we're in the other room. And like, dude, some of these rooms, it reminded me of funeral parlors, or just on how they're set up, and you just feel the vibe in the room, just like holy shit.
The buffet with flowers on it.
And
place cards for when you have a question.
Hell yeah. And then finally, it was just like, I'm looking around this one room that he's pointing at, and it's got like a nightstand, and like it has like, what was it? Like it had like 2 couches on one end, and then just a bunch of chairs just circled around like this like this 20-inch basic looking TV. It's just I'm looking around, I'm just like, dude. Are we really gonna watch the game? Like, at least tell me we're gonna watch the game.
I can't believe like you didn't watch like the halftime show.
Dude, literally, they showed the fucking like advertisement, and it showed like, yes, it's like the halftime show with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez and stuff. Literally, not even a half a second after they showed one of the commercials, one of the guys was just like, "Oh, we're not watching that." I was just, are you fucking serious? Lo and behold, they turned the fucking TV off.
I might be tempted to go home and ravage my wife for myself.
I don't think.
After I leave here, if I see Shakira.
Dude, they all live together.
Oh.
I was just like, oh, so Catholics can't marry or something? Like, what's going on with this? Like, I don't know. So I guess like it was like a whole like thing of like they're all becoming preachers or whatever.
Whoa.
So, and like literally when we were watching the game, I was watching it with 2 like priests. Fathers. Yeah. I was just like, I'm just looking around. I'm like, I don't even know how to. I'm just like holding my mouth shut, just like, yep, there it is. Because I don't want to. I just don't want like. I don't want to be like the fuck right next to a priest. You go burn.
What do you
right
fucking
there.
think about this, Father? I mean, they're really fucking it up.
Like, I'm just like this ref is fucking everyone out there right now. Isn't it awful, Father?
Sweet Jesus.
Just like,
Look, he's wearing black and white. He should be telling the truth, just like you.
Oh shit!
Go into a whole rant.
Yo,
what are you doing over there?
Like, what was it? It's like, it's one of those things where like you only thought like was seen in movie, because I never seen like an actual priest before, or like met one. And then lo and behold, I turned the corner into the room, and they're both already sitting there watching like the pregame show and stuff. I'm just like, sorry, this is not. Oh no, you guys are watching with us. Sweet, awesome, great. And of course, they're actually were really pretty. They're pretty funny guys. But it was with that whole concept. Like, I know that these would be really cool guys to hang out with, but then there's just like, if we were to meet in somewhere else, then yeah, it probably would have been a better situation. And like, he was hilarious though, because like, what was it? He did like the old man thing where like he like grabs the back of your arm or something like that, and he's just like, "Hey, don't worry about drinking around me. I know I'm gonna have a beer too. You know, we're Catholics." Just like, dang. All right, cool. Because like Catholics always try to incorporate drinking into everything. So
we can't look at Jennifer Lopez or Shakira, but we can get drunk as hell.
Yeah. That was the thing. Like the dude was like, what was it? He knew his math too. He was just like, wait a minute. She's like, you're the one driving, right? She's like, yeah. It's like, all right, well, the game's going to probably last 4 hours. So, you can probably get 4 good ones in you right now. And then you'll be good. You'll be sobered up once you leave. Just like,
you're a priest. Nobody's going to give you some shit, man.
I know. Like, what the fuck, Mr. Priest? Like, you know how this shit works. Like, you're good, but I don't want anyone else looking at me weird. Yeah. It was a good time. But it's just
look him dead in the eye. Don't judge me. Shit's gonna go down here.
Like, I gotta consider this neutral grounds right now. Otherwise,
we're on holy football grounds, sir.
Like, we can't, I can't do this right now, man.
Hey, well, I'm gonna head out the elevator real quick. It might cut out.
Okay, cool.
So, great party.
Yeah. And again, it's just one of those things where it's just like, it was the whole thing that it's just like, yeah, like, you guys restrict yourself to certain things, and like, should you really like judge someone on that level? Because like, even though I don't know, we not many of us can actually really understand what happens afterwards, but we have our religions and stuff, and we have our beliefs. And to say that they're weird or creepy or anything like that, that would just be judgment on something that I can't bestow on that. So maybe it was just the whole fact that sometimes morally they were living better lives, I guess. But really, I mean, you can't. What is it? I mean, just using the same religion as I was comparing myself to with them. Envy is one of the worst. That's, I think, it's one of the 7 actually. And if I have envy for someone else's, for how they live, then I shouldn't be doing that. I need to know that I'm doing my best. I think that's how life goes. What would be the way to say it? As long as you're doing your best, as a morally right person, and this goes, I feel like, goes to any religion, any kind of belief. If you know that you're doing your best, then you really don't have to feel much negativity. Understanding defeat and understanding failure, yeah, that's just how, that's how life tests you, that seasons you, I guess. I don't know. To strive to be something perfect, that's something that's hard. To strive to be something that's happy with itself, I think that's more reasonable, and that should be the goal. Let's see if I can jump him back in here. Yeah, I could do that. Paste. Send. Heyo.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I was just talking to them about how, what was it? How my roommate and I, we were just talking about on our way back to the apartment, actually, how it's weird that I would judge someone that's extremely on the level of like trying to live some kind of like in a very moral way, or at least a disciplined way and stuff. And it was just one of those things where it's just like, I think he dipped, but you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear everything I said beforehand?
No. Tell me about the roommate.
Well, my roommate and I, we were talking about, and what made it interesting, because we were talking about how, like, why did it feel weird? And it was just the whole factor that, what was it? It's the whole uncomfortable. Well, first off, the society standard on what they think about with priests and fraternities and just like a group of guys hanging out. And I very much understand that whole lingo. But like beyond that, like it's just they're strong religious guys that live a moral code, and it's just like none of them should be ever judged on the fact of like, oh, because you believe in this, oh, that makes you a weird or a bad person. You know what I mean? And yeah, it just went off. Went off into a deep subject, but it was still like. But I'm not gonna feel bad on the fact that that definitely felt weird. It was just like, yeah, no, that's very true. It was just a very weird experience, and it's just something that like I wouldn't really ask for my day to day. No, I think I'm very much enjoying where I'm at right now. So you never should try to. And I was just telling them that as long as you're doing your best, whether that's working at a job or praying to something you believe in or executing something that you or reaching a goal or something like that, as long as you're doing your best, then there shouldn't be any envy or any doubt into what you're doing and stuff.
Yeah, it's just, there's habitual line steppers that, they're always crossing over.
Yeah. Still though, that was weird as fuck. That was a weird as fuck Super Bowl.
Help you get your weird one in the books.
Yeah.
They didn't have it on TV here.
That sucks.
That's just insane. So I watched it on the laptop.
There you go.
Just streamed it.
What was it? I was actually seeing that NFL was like showing stuff on Twitch now. Like they're actually like trying to stream games and stuff like that, or like people are watching games and they're streaming it on there. I just found that so interesting. Like now, I don't know.
Oh, it's great to see. I've watched whole games just through reading and updating.
Yeah.
And to watch how fans go after each other, it's hilarious.
Watching a game on Twitter is very entertaining.
You're getting constant updates from people that are at the game.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. People that are hardcore, die-hard fans.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing up old shit, like from 1983 or something, You're like, this is great. And just to read through all that. Then you'll get every stat. You'll get play-by-plays.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter's like they're putting video with everything. It's pretty well streamlined.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You can watch the game play by play if you had it on Twitter, especially with just like those highlight moments. And of course, just following the whole story and just watching like the first person say the TD, and then you just whoosh, and you just get washed over with people just losing their shit, just like, yes, they scored. Ah!
I think right now, at this point in time, you could probably spend $40 and stream everything that you wanted. That's the beautiful thing about having all these networks and all these different services, is because you can go straight down the rabbit hole with whatever.
Yeah.
Genre, you name it. It's there. You could do 24 hours Hawaiian music.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna take a 5-minute break from our 24-hour session to tell you about. You should listen to more Hawaiian music early.
We'd like to talk about blindness and squirrels. We have Judy here that has made an Afghan.
Mm-hmm.
How long did this take you?
Oh, this took me
a whole year?
Yes,
Our first caller that donates $100 to Wikahala Honey Fund will be getting this beautiful Afghan made by Judy here. Thank you very much. Like, let's look at our poster. And what's our next band? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the whole, like, is the whole selling knives type of channel once it gets late at night.
Oh, they have that during the day. They're selling me ovens. Like I looked it up on the internet. It says it was like KAMB, Hawaii was supposed to have the game on starting at 6:30. Well, first they had golf. They showed that. Watch that. Then I'm like, okay, it's 6:00. Okay, we're ready for some pregame. No. They go into advertising this cream for women, and it's a 30-minute infomercial. And I'm thinking, is this going to be afterwards? And sure as hell no. I'm thinking the game's getting ready to come on, and it starts up another infomercial for an indoor grill. Like, it's like,
you can put your stuff on there frozen. Look at you, it makes grill marks. It's got a dome on it. Easy cleaning, all that.
I was like, no way. I go, you cut me off 2 weeks ago during the AFC playoff and NFC playoff game. They didn't have the NFC playoff game. They just they went straight into high school Polynesian Bowl game from the best kids on the island. And so they were like, there was like 6 quarterbacks in the game for one side, you know. They're just steadily switching players. That's all they're doing. And just everybody's throwing bombs into the end zone. It was kind of funny. It was pretty cool. They were flicks. I wouldn't expect anything different. But yeah, that's what I got. So then the game's not on. I'm like, no way. So I immediately started looking up everything, and I saw that Fox Sports. And I was like, I'm getting ready to buy a membership. If they're not streaming it. Yeah, if they're not streaming it. And I got a great signal all the way until the end. With 45 seconds left in the game.
You can't have everything.
The signal died. And then when it came back, I was telling you that ESPN was giving updates. The Chiefs had won. I was like, well, I guess it's over.
Well, shit.
That's great.
That's about as exciting as you can get right there. Hey.
Yeah, there was some people I knew that got together, but they had family and stuff over, and I wasn't gonna do all that. So
no, you weren't gonna pull my situation, just go into a complete stranger's house.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
The father comes out to try to shake my hand. I just like give him a solid like slap and pull him in. Just like, what's up, my man? Slap his back.
Like the collar.
I dig it, man. Trying to bring that back. I see you.
I could be like, probably about 15 years ago, I went to maybe 20 years ago, I went to a party and dressed as a nun. What do you think about that?
I'm going to need some Hail Marys for that, Father.
And above my head had a thing on it that said, none for you.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I wore black high tops and sunglasses.
Oh, shit.
Not going to be a senator.
Bless you, child. No, I don't think you will be. Well, I don't know. Since it was a nun, I don't think people can, unless you're trying to do blackface and play Whoopi Goldberg's sister act.
What's funny is I'm pretty sure it gave me a license to drink whatever I wanted.
Oh, hello, sister. Please help yourself.
Let's show. Yeah.
At some moment, you were just
It was a good time.
Carrying around a cup full of vodka and sprinkling it on people.
That was my many years in the restaurant business.
See, I think everyone needs to experience. Someone needs to I think everyone needs to experience at least working a year in customer service. I would say waitering, but that wouldn't include me, so I wouldn't feel great about that.
That's the thing about the waiter. The waiter doesn't care what you think.
No one cares. Yeah.
I don't care what you think about me. Like, we're not on that level. Like, you're here to eat. I'm here to make sure that you get the food and the drinks and everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everyone stay smiling.
You know. Yeah. You know. You crack jokes with them and stuff. It just comes naturally. You joke with people about the same things.
Right.
Like you don't drop anything too high. You know?
So how's the food, waiter? It's like, oh, not as good as your wife's puss. Just like, what?
Wife's got some huge breasts or something. You know, you don't lead with any politics.
You don't point out you don't point out the cleavage on the mom and say like, "Oh, I see you already brought the appetizers."
Yeah, none of that. Nice kid, is it yours?
Just like
doesn't look like you.
It's
not even the same color. So what are you having?
It's like, motherfucker. I'm gonna be having your job here in a second.
No, it's completely like. It's really just completely over the top. Depending on, this is the thing. It depends on the restaurant. It depends on your food cost. It goes quantity over quality, or quality over quantity. Because with being a waiter or waitress, it all comes down to tips. You're thinking of the food cost. Right. What are they going to spend?
Right.
You know, are your entrees $14 a piece? Am I going to sell in a $7, appetizer? I got them almost to $40. Are they going to have drinks? That pushes it over to $50. Then you start thinking in terms of percentage. 10%, $5, so on.
Right.
18, 20%. If the waiter's good, it's your waitress. You do 18, 20%. It also depends on your settings too. You don't get cheap. Like when it's high end, don't you dare be that dumbass in there being like, golly, for 2 more of these, I could have bought a entire bottle of, whatever. You're like, like that's, you're there for the atmosphere. That's what you're paying for. If you're buying a $17 cocktail, then that's what you're paying for. If your dinner's $300 for 2 people, you're getting what you came for. There's no letdowns with that. I've never graced a restaurant like that, but I'm sure it runs like a Swiss watch. The way kitchens and stuff run.
Yeah,
it's a whole process. I'm reading Kitchen Confidential right now about Andy Bourdain.
Oh, I'm bad. You're definitely getting some insight, at least on just the operations and just how
it's exactly what it is. I've worked at 10 different restaurants, and it's a process where everything meets in the middle. Everybody's on the same page.
Right.
It all comes out looking the exact same. You're plating, probably 100 to 120 plates, maybe 200 plates on a busy night, 250 on some place like Olive Garden. So it's spaghetti. You're not going to get very much that comes back with that, unless it's a steak that's too well done or a mixed grill or.
Yeah, it's always the steak. That's usually always the popular part.
Okay, you're in an Italian restaurant. Why are you ordering steak? Why? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, there's always that one. I'll never forget where it was. I ordered steak at a Mexican restaurant, and I almost got slapped. I was just like, it's on the menu. I want steak. Just like, yeah, it's on the menu, but that doesn't mean you fucking get it.
Yeah, I'll take the 8-ounce T-bone that when it makes it to my plate, there's a remnant of a bone, but it's a quarter of an inch thin and an eighth in some places. Like, it's thin, Jack. Steak and eggs.
Yeah.
And you're going to pay, $10 to $13 for that. If you're bitching about that, then don't go to Waffle House and order steak. Don't be a dick.
I'll tell you what. I think the best cheap steak I've gotten was at Golden Corral.
Yeah, they'll damn near kick it out raw.
Hell yeah, they will. It's real chewy. Real chewy.
Yeah.
You start cramping in your jaw after you finish at least one of those steaks.
The buffet. How... I just wish I had a personal buffet. Just a personal buffet. It's out there. There's people on the line. I can swing by in the morning. Get a breakfast. Come by at lunch. Bring some friends.
Yeah.
At lunch, yes, keep the chocolate fountain going. Somebody might want to look at it.
Oh, what was it?
Nacho cheese fountain.
That's one thing that, like...
just totally decadent.
Well, that was the one thing that I didn't really think about was like looking at chocolate and like cheese fountains and stuff like that. Like I didn't realize this until like I read up on
Majestic.
someone doing this at someone else's wedding. Like someone got hammered at who was it? I think it was one of my fraternity guys' weddings. But he was at a wedding and a person dipped their hand in the melted chocolate fountain and she screamed like no other.
What is this? Like, this isn't. Hey, Gus the Scoop, get your hands out of the damn fucking chocolate river. Hey, lady.
Yo, that shit will take off your skin.
Yeah. It's a cold chocolate.
How do you think it's melted?
It's a cold chocolate fountain. Oh.
Well, it's just like, because when you hear fountain, you think of like, oh, water, and you think, oh, it's cold. And it's like, no, motherfucker, it's melted running chocolate.
And the wedding party is going to take
that shit is hot.
Pictures with the unicorn later. I would think a drunk guy would go after the nacho cheese fountain.
Oh, how'd you get those 3rd-degree burns? Like,
Great wedding.
Nacho cheese. Very memorable wedding.
Your lips are as big as the Kardashians. You've got a red mark going all the way down to your neck. Then where the collar held the cheese, it burned a perfect ring around it. They'll never go away.
Fuck.
Great wedding.
You look so badass, but just in the most stupidest way.
Nacho
Scars
cheese.
tell stories. Like, yeah, my story's a really fucking dumb one.
You have to join a group. There's groups out there that talks about their accidents.
Yeah.
Just a dumbass accident. And they'll have video of it. That would be the best. It'd be like anger management.
Yeah.
The whole group
just like,
would laugh their asses off and you'd blow up.
holy
Then they would
shit.
surround you. It's going to be okay. Bill here caught himself on fire.
Yeah.
This guy over here was at a Buffalo Bills game and tried to break a table.
Yeah. Man, did not know oak was that strong.
Yeah. I completely missed the table. You're like, damn.
This man literally shot his own foot. Yeah. And what do we say at the end of the day? Like, there's nothing wrong with me. It just wasn't my day. Oh, boy.
I have seen a couple people shoot themselves in the foot.
I've seen it. I've seen it on video before. No, wait a minute. The guy didn't shoot his foot. He actually shot the top of his knee. Yeah, my man was trying to quick draw.
Yeah, quick draw. Get
Quickly
you.
shot his leg.
Yep. You pull it out of there and you pull the trigger.
Oh yeah, and that shock was definitely hitting him because it was hilarious. Because like he goes to hit his gun, and then I shot my leg, and he just starts walking off a frame.
Yeah, it's always
Just like,
quick draw.
uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, you see the holy shit. Have you seen that video of the fastest hand in the West in the world?
Oh, the fastest shooter?
Yeah, like the guy like takes his gun out, shoots the target, and puts it back in. And like at first you're thinking like, oh, this guy's probably kind of quick, and all right, this would be somewhat cool to see. No, the dude, I mean,
I don't think that
like
I don't
it's
think that you
it's
would.
like cartoon level.
Yeah, you wouldn't like if you got hit. You'd be hit by everything that he had.
Like it was nasty how accurate the guy was.
Yeah, it's like boom, 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 boom. You're like, dang. I've seen it.
Like, I'm sorry, was that a revolver?
Yeah.
I thought it sounded like you gave him an automatic. Like,
yeah, it was a revolver.
dude is nasty. I was astonished to see how quick he actually does it.
Yeah, the action on that. Probably Smith and Wesson.
The camera
nasty.
couldn't catch it. The camera didn't even catch it. It looked like they just legitimately just cut the footage midway.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
You broke into his house, they'd burn you.
Gah!
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nothing. Guy would be able to write your name right on your chest right before you hit the ground.
Oh, he'd probably put it through the same hole.
I've been thinking about getting a gun, like a pistol. And I'm always just like should I do a revolver, or should I just keep something like home defense, like should I go as low as 22 because a gun's still a gun?
No,
Or do I get like a Glock?
don't do a 22. I'd do a Glock. I'd do a shotgun for home, and then a Glock for personal.
I'll get a lever action shotgun.
My favorite smoothest gun was a 357 Magnum Smith and Wesson with a and it had a 3/4 barrel on it and a wooden handle. That thing, man, I was so good with that. I was good at 75 yards with that dude. Like, it was so smooth. Like, at 25 yards, you could cut cards in half with it.
That's nasty.
And the cards were on their side. Like, and that's how you cut them.
Okay. You didn't go long ways. You actually.
Yeah, you didn't try to shoot the middle of the card.
Right.
They'd turn it on its side, and you'd try to split it in half with a bullet.
No.
And that's the thing. The thing was so accurate. A Kimber 45. They come out of the box, and at 50 and 25 yards, I can bullseye it all day. One fresh out of the box. They're nasty. Everything though today, man, is precision.
Yeah.
Not really. Like, if you're gonna spend some money, you're gonna spend $600 for lower caliber, like a 38.
Right.
Higher caliber, 45. You step into anything Magnum, you're around $1,000, $1,500. And with attachments and so forth, you can get up to probably like $1,500 to $1,700 at a brand new Kimber 45 straight out of the box. It's like a baller. You're getting that Springfield, that 1911 ball. That's what a baller is, like from Hitman.
I was just about to say, what was it? 1911. That was like, I don't know why. I keep thinking I think they're like the most badass looking gun, but I don't know if they're actually like if it's something that I should actually pursue or try to get because they look so cool.
You can build them, and you don't have to be. You don't have to be this precisionist. It already comes like that. You can get into that. It's not that hard to get a set of calipers, and you're just changing measurement from what you're used to, from inches. Now you're going into hundreds, thousands, tenths, and that's your measurement. If you want to get into reloading, that's real easy.
Yeah,
sometimes it's inexpensive. Dad always got me into reloading. Like 44 Magnum was good.
Yeah, we did that a few times.
Yeah, I still have some of his bullets in my closet.
Hell yeah.
That he's reloaded 44 mag, and they're hot.
You ready?
So,
hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Use restroom.
Hey, those of you listening, read a book. It's fun. This book's really interesting about Anthony. Like, I can almost hear his voice Anthony Bourdain's voice when I'm reading the book. I just watched him so many times. Pretty amazing guy. Still have no idea why he killed himself. It's like so hard to believe that I think that somebody killed him. Till you think of people that are famous that die. Think, they ought to be around forever. And they pass, and you're like, what the hell? We loved him. There wasn't something to catch him to do that, for them to survive. It's kind of crazy. At the end of the day, we all have certain. Just hope that you don't know when you're going to die. Like it just picked out of a hat. Oh, dead. Nobody likes a slow, lingering death. Those are awful. Guilt-ridden. For the sick person, that is. But enough about that.
What's going on?
Oh, I got on a rant about death. Like if you're gonna die, you wanna Want to go quick. Don't want anything lingering around.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you on that.
Don't want to be a lunger.
Now, I think my whole thing I would be worried about was it losing my brain, losing my mind, and not knowing it.
I got your back. I'll put a pillow over your head.
Yeah, if I start losing my
Wake
head,
me up before you go.
Yeah. No, I could go.
Ricky Bobby.
I was just about to say,
Hey,
if you see me losing my head, you're gonna put that pillow on my face.
you'll hear it. Wake me up before you go. Be hanging like your life. I'm not dead yet. Yes, you are.
Shut up.
Shut up. You're
I
dead.
feel happy.
Shut up. You're dead. No, I'm not. I'm talking to you now. Them two are so fucking funny, dude. Oh, and Daytona 500 is in 2 weeks. One of the few NASCAR races that I do watch.
Woo!
Get it. Get her.
I want to hear the.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this.
Like,
look at him.
Those are the only times I can get hard now. It's just a Daytona vibrations and good old anthem.
Look, Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart's here. Look at him.
Oh my!
Show him your boobs.
You're
honey.
Jesus.
Show him your boobs, honey. Tony Stewart.
Tony, you like my wife's tits? She saved them just for you.
Yeah. I met him long time
Tony
ago.
Stewart?
Uh-huh. He,
Nice.
JD Byrider. I cleaned their offices in the evening.
JD by Ride.
Mm-hmm. And they were Tony Stewart, one of his first sponsors, dirt track, before he went to NASCAR. And he made the jump from that to NASCAR, and with that sponsorship.
Wow.
And yeah, they were just in his office one night when I'd come in. That guy ended up dying in a plane crash. JD Byrider.
Really?
Yeah, I think also. Who else was he with? He was with somebody else who was in NASCAR. I can't remember if it was the Simpsons owner or somebody else. But yeah, the plane went down in Sapet. Tony Stewart, he just got inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Where is that? Where is the NASCAR Hall of Fame?
Let's find that
I need
out.
to get me a tattoo. Look, honey. Look at this. I got this stupid tattoo and he switched teams. What the fuck?
Damn it.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Where do they announce it? Or
guess it's vintage. Budweiser.
well, that adds character, I guess.
He's driving for Miller Lite. What the fuck am I going to do with all this Budweiser? Budweiser is starting to taste kind of funky. I think I'm going to switch to Miller Lite because he drives to Miller Lite now. And that's how it goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what?
Budweiser
Budweiser has
shit.
changed.
Oh, Budweiser used to be the motherfucking king of beer. You weren't drinking Budweiser, you didn't fucking like America.
You were a cuck.
You were way worse than a cuck. Cucks drank Budweiser.
That's the reason why they're cooked.
They'd stay in the corner
And drink a Budweiser where they watch their wives get fucked. At least he was still American. Yeah, he's a cuck, but
he's American.
It's an American cuck.
Yeah, Budweiser was. I'm not kidding, dude. It was like Jack Daniels. And then Jim Beam was over there hanging out like, hey, if you really want to get fucked up, you'll quit fucking with that Jack.
He goes back to that dark, like in the darker alley.
I'll show you how to beat somebody's ass. You'll beat the hell out of everything that lives, crawls, or walks.
Hell yeah.
And you'll be hated, and we'll love it. Oh yeah.
Then once you think it's all over, guess who comes crawling back to us, ready for another round.
Yeah, those used to be American icons. Jameson. If we want to, if we want to review liquors, like the resurgence of Jägermeister.
Ooh.
Because they tagged it with Red Bull.
What was it? You know how by the way, yeah, no, they've saved their whole entire brand with sticking with Red Bull because they knew what the mixers were. That's what it was.
Yeah, liquid.
I'm surprised.
That's what that shit is. You want a hangover?
Oh,
like you want a nice sticky. You want to know how? You want to know how the mammoths died and the dinosaurs and tar pits?
Yeah.
Take this bottle of Jägermeister, and I'll see you later.
Yeah. Like Jägermeister looks like the potion that the witch throws into her cauldron, and then that's where like the skull smoke shows up, and it just screams there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she added into. And the final potion, a shot of Jaeger.
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 If pirates would have had Jägermeister, they would have kicked the shit out of everybody or caught themselves on fire.
I was about to say,
launching each other.
They would immediately start self-destructing.
Don't let them on the boat; they'll burn.
Where's the fire breath?
Yeah, so much fire. Like I could smell the shit. Smelled of what is it?
Black
licorice.
I cannot stand the black licorice.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh shit. Make him sound like just like, oh, and that's some deep hatred right there.
Mm-hmm.
You had to enunciate every part. They dare come in with that black licorice. Licorice. I think you added some more vowels to that word.
Palpatine should say black licorice. Or James Earl Jones. Black licorice.
Black licorice. Or no, who would be a really good one?
I smell your foul breath. You're the spawn of Satan.
Sean Connery.
Don't tell everybody. I'm about to get super freaky.
You see their eyes go in the back of their head, just like, oh, fuck.
Ah!
The Jaeger!
Yeah, Vikings had Jägermeister. They would have fucked. They already burnt everything. They already burnt and raped everything for 1,000 miles. Yeah, the evil.
So we killed everything. That's true. Do we kill each other now? Like, yeah.
Like, I am so hungover. I just want to kill.
Then they go off and kill and just like, all right, now I want to drink to celebrate.
Yeah.
You'll get that one Viking like, hey, guys, do you think we should just like stop drinking for a bit? Just like,
Pah!
burn him!
What a bitch. Yeah, you didn't even talk like that.
But you kissed your mother with that mouth?
You wouldn't even have said anything like that.
Hell no.
All you would have wished was that if you didn't meet your maker, you were going to meet him tomorrow, or the next day,
Yeah.
or the next day, or the next day, and that's how you fought.
Because like, if anything of like how history and movies have portrayed it, like these guys were jacked, but they would just get hammered every night. I'm like, no, dude. Because if you're saying that you had the best run team out there, the armies and shit, that they can handle all that fighting, you would have a bunch of beer gut looking dudes puking in the middle of a battlefield and stuff like that. Just like, I really want to see a real battlefield.
I think
Because
that
I'm telling you, either if they were drinking and shit like that pre-war and stuff, battlefields would be the most pathetic. would look like the most pathetic thing out there.
that's the
These guys
thing.
fought off.
I think that
shit.
no, I think that just with the Romans, just the calisthenics alone,
Yeah,
and the marching
I mean, running all those miles
and everything. Like, there was a time to fight, and there was probably a time to get drunk. And when you got drunk, like,
Right.
you got fucking
it was the
ripped.
epitome of play, like work hard, play hard. Like, yo,
Right.
you're appreciating life. You have taken lives. You're walking around and everyone knows you're the shit. Hell yeah, you're gonna be destroying places.
Yeah.
On and off the battlefield.
Yeah, like you had, that was the thing with, Roman soldiers and how that worked. Just the discipline.
Right.
Spartans had it. Who else? Like, everybody's had it once upon a time.
Yeah, everyone had their pinnacle age of like
Perfection.
we have.
Like, there was a code. Yeah, there was a code. This is what we follow. We don't fucking veer off. Anybody that says any shit, anybody want to say any bullshit right now? Because we need to air that shit out. Because that's not how this is going to, you make the rules, stick by the rules. It doesn't matter who's beside you. They're going to die too. Death is something like everybody knew about and was real comfortable with. Like, it's coming.
Well, it was always the strong belief that there was a purpose to it. Like, you had so many peoples, you had so many villages, so many nations, so much of their nations that believed in the purpose of what they were doing.
Yeah,
and I think
thank God.
it's like, that's always
because that's why we're here.
Well, and see, like, that's the thing. It's just like, if you don't find your purpose or something that really drives you and something, you'll be constantly terrified of, like, you're heading into class and you haven't even done the homework yet. That was due.
Yeah, everybody wants to change the world. You know what? Do your job at home. Do what you got to do.
Don't try to change the world. Try to change your world for the better.
Yeah, bleeds off.
Whatever your world contains. If your world actually is very diverse and you are traveling all over the place, all right, then try to change it and how you can through there. But if you're just some guy who's in a small town home or something and you ain't got much going on, like make you try to strive to make your life better. You don't have to go out and you're just a fucking normie, I guess. Go out and try to do better
If you're
things.
listening to this podcast and you're in a town of 300 people or less and you live there all your life, turn it off
That's
now.
fucking horrible.
Turn this off now.
I do not endorse 300 below population regions.
We're not taking on towns of 1,500 or less these days, and no internet.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to get political or anything, but let me tell you, small towns ain't shit.
You don't want to go in there throwing down some knowledge. I'll be like, gonna be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He says new things. They ain't right.
They ain't right, boy.
That's what the news thinks that are Trump supporters. Are these deep inbred Floridians that have never come out that have never come out of the forest, that live in junkyards and trailer parks and shit.
Right, they were waiting for their moment.
Yeah, it's Night of the Living
to
Dead.
hop in.
And they're like, whoa, it's time to vote.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
People were wondering, just like, what?
Nobody,
how did this happen?
Nobody intelligent voted for Trump. And I think that's how they portrayed it for a couple years. It was like, you know, like, I get it, okay? I know. He said some crazy shit, dude.
Yeah.
But you've never rode a wave so fucking hard. Shut the fuck up. This guy isn't out fucking like, you're accusing him of starting war when some of these people voted to go to fucking into Iraq and Afghanistan and fucking Syria and put your fingers at somebody else's ass. So don't talk to me about some bullshit. The Democrats got caught fucking sneaking weapons over to Mexican cartels on the Fast and the Furious little trial. Well, we thought we would, you know, trade the guns and we would mark them and then we would see where they went and then we would get to the cartels. Like, yeah, dude, you got paid billions, traded a bunch of coke, billions of dollars. You weaponize these guys to where I hear them talking about the weapons and stuff that they get across the border and they know when they're Americans because they have shit carved into them, like the Punisher and other shit. So,
all used.
And then you're going to tell me somebody's dirty in politics?
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you. Okay, as an American, I've seen American corruption. And I'm sorry, but I'm cool with some of it. Just because I'm sorry, but we're human beings, and that's kind of the way we work. We're always looking for the best deal. We're always looking for that angle. Just that pride in getting something cheaper than anybody else or doing something different that's not mainstream. And people need personal things. Regardless of how you want to do business, you have to understand that there's a personal level to all business. And if you're able to key on to that, like a pro won't reveal himself, will always be good, won't reveal his position. But other people at times will. And somebody's waiting. You know, somebody's waiting to, you know, do business, make a deal, do different things. You can't, you know, you'll make a compromise.
the whole phrase that like it's like was nothing personal, it's just business. It's actually kind of goes. It's really not true. Like there's always something personable when you're working business.
Yeah, and the higher up you get, the
Yeah.
worse, I'm sure, the impact of, say, my podcast in 2020, because I had an epiphany one day that I wanted to be president of the United States because I thought everybody wanted to hear my message. And it's like, no. Like, don't do it. If you have too much shit in your past, like, don't even fuck with politics.
No.
You know, if you can get them for town council, maybe PTA president or some shit like that, go for that shit.
Yeah. If you're really trying to hit that high spot,
Yeah.
you got to call yourself out on some of that shit. You got to point it out. Be like, hey, before I go for this, like, let me point it out so you can control the airwaves. And then if anyone tries to throw it at you, then you can use it.
Think about all the people that
not
are
even
groomed for years and years and years.
Oh, yeah.
To where you've seen how some of them have come out. Some of them are really weird because they've been so suppressed as a human being to be made into this mold of how you're supposed to think American politics are going to be. And
correct.
By the time they make it, they're just like a Catholic priest that's held out. Hadn't had any, hadn't even smelled a woman. Wish, I got all this testosterone. What the fuck? And all of a sudden, you close them all up and everything else, you'll get a bunch of weird shit happen. People cannot be, we're animals. You can't be, you can't suppress people.
No.
You can't do that. You suppress people, you'll end up with all kinds of other crazy shit.
Right. Being suppressed versus having discipline. Like those,
you want some weird
people really.
There you go.
Yeah. You'll get some real fucked up shit.
Yeah. You're like, why is that happening? Well,
right.
You told everybody to quit having sex with each other, and now they're fucking the animals. Why are they fucking the animals? Well, you didn't say no about fucking the animals.
Turns out people can be pretty technical.
You can't look at you.
They will word for
that's
word
not
that.
How you look at humans. Like, you know what? We were innovative.
We saw an obstacle, sir, and I believe we overcame it.
We see the graph right here. It kind of popped.
Yeah, actually,
you're like,
I'll tell you what,
the ground.
I think that was a very progressive year.
Of course, several villains.
Craig kind of fucked up on us there for a second.
Craig. Right when we're in our moment.
We were hitting it. Now we just got to build it right back up. So saying again, just to remind you guys, like, please comment in the sections. Ask us any advice or anything that you'd think would be really interesting for us to talk about.
Do you like puppets?
We'll talk about puppets. We'll talk about all the puppets. Puppets scare the shit out of me. Specifically,
puppets
the one that was
great.
like specifically the one that what was it? That was on Goosebumps. You know, the cliche one that's always used for scary films. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like he's a wooden puppet, I think.
We've had different childhoods. You obviously were scarred.
Yeah, fuck
with your TV programming, and I wasn't. I had like the Muppets, I had the Muppet Show on every Friday night, which is great.
Well,
we had celebrity guests on, all that kind of stuff, and then what else? Timothy Churchmouth on Churchmouth on Sunday, which of course he was always trying to do good, and if he did bad, then he could be better. It was good. There was like, my television that always had a lesson. After school specials.
I mean, hell, like with Full House and Fresh Prince, you guys had episodes that were like all happy and giddy, family moment, and then like at the very end of the show, it'd be like a heavy kicker. It's like, oh yes, and the
That
cat
wasn't
dies.
always like that. Like there were shows that you watched when I was growing up in the 70s. Fantasy Island, Magnum PI. Magnum PI was a little bit of drama, a fight.
Right.
Magnum's trying to break some shit up. Higgins like, don't fuck with that. Magnum's like, he's my friend. I have to. So he would get his friends and everybody else involved, and they end up solving the crime. And sometimes it was good, sometimes it was dark, but most of the time it was pretty happy-go-lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy Island was Fantasy Island. Like, your deepest desire is given to you. Is it going to turn on you and eat you?
Oh, shit.
Is it going to destroy your life? Is this what you really want?
Like, did you guys have like reality TV show, or is that something like booming in the 90s, 2000, where all that
No reality TV shows. None whatsoever. The most reality TV show that you had was game shows.
Right.
And they were all scripted. And the audience laughed at a certain time. And you as a viewer, of course, there was like a lot of innuendo.
Oh, of course.
Like tons of innuendo. You couldn't say the word. We couldn't talk about it. But I could innuendo the hell out of you.
Like, oh, I hope your husband helps you a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like all of that, yeah.
You look heavy, like every single thing. It was just like,
and you hear terribly, some of those. You hear some of those
terribly
comments.
Gross. You're like,
it's
whoa.
Like, oh, like I think I would rather you guys just say like you guys would want to fuck than just whatever you just said there. I think you made it worse.
If you listened to that stuff and tried to use that shit in a bar back in the day, God help you. Probably never got laid. Got slapped around a lot. Like, dude, you're not Archie Bunker, or you're not, the Fresh Prince, or this or that. No. Like, we had like a lot of cop and drama shows. Then through the 80s, you had Good Times, Mr. Rogers, the Jeffersons, the A-Team. Like, you had all these shows that just brought you in.
Right.
Like we were talking like Airwolf. Then it turned like to action 80s television. Where and usually part of that was a toy deal and some other shit. Then you started seeing like marketing and TV back in the 80s cross that bond of where TV was like, hey, what's that toy manufacturer? Like, the deal was already made, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Once that connection was made. Like Star Wars, they always talk about went off toy-wise. And how some of them turned it down. They're like, fuck Star Wars. Ain't gonna be nothing.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, boom, somebody takes off. And they've interviewed all these guys on different television specials and a real dig deep in the past about toys and everything and how that everything changed. But like as far as like 80s and everything and just that movie genre and everything,
right?
It was always everybody wins.
So have you seen that 80s movie? It's like a late 80s movie, Colors.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Sean Penn and Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
Sean Penn's the rookie.
Yeah.
And then Robert Duvall's like, and they're in East LA. Colors.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was Ice-T, by the way, that sang that.
Dope. Yeah, like that was like, I feel like for me, that is like the iconic buddy cop, like the cliche rookie and the old veteran.
Yeah, there was something bigger too that happened there.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely talking about how gang violence is, what was it, destructive on like an outward and an inward, like an inner sense of it. Just for the fact that, like, what was it like? Because you weren't just following the cops too; you were following the gangsters that was in the area around them.
Yeah, and they love to shoot the fuck out of each other like drive-bys.
Yeah. And then, of course, like the cops would get in the middle of it. And so, like, you have somewhat like a care because what was it? It personifies the gangsters. They're not just some guy that becomes just a bag of meat for something to shoot at. And so you're just watching all these plot lines like get expanded more. And then you start to care about the rest of the characters. And you're just like, damn it. Like, I understand the frustration. Like, you know, you got to give revenge. But like, damn it, no. Like, you're supposed to be good, blah, 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 blah. And the cops, they're doing their own thing.
You got to be you got to be queuing up the Colors music. Colors. I'm a psychopath walking. Yeah. Like it was pretty deep. It was the real deal.
It was actually it's a really solid song.
Yeah. For 1980.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember just seeing that movie, and what was it when you were talking about just the buddy cop dramas in those older movies that immediately popped up in my head.
Yeah, Michael Douglas was in Streets of San Francisco. Why can't we bust him? Because we can't prove that he's broken the law. I know he's filthy as anything. I know that, and you know that too. But we just can't do it. That's bullshit. I know. Like...
Oh, that's the guy from, what was it, Greed, right?
Yeah, Gordon Gekko.
Yeah, man.
Greed is good.
Dang, he looks young in that photo.
Yeah, he's real young.
Oh, that was a legitimate show too. I just see the covers of it. Well, at first, like I only saw like the streets.
Yeah,
go.
He was on TV.
A Quinn Martin TV series, yeah.
And it was a good TV series. That's when TV 2 was like really good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of car chases, hood sliding, shootouts.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot you. I know you're a good criminal, but I had to pop your ass anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody's sad ending,
Right.
The captain gets out of his car once and gets shot at a,
You're naming like the plot of every buddy cop criminal series.
It's like, dun, dun, dun. Captain, I'm not going to let this shit stand. If you do this, you'll lose your badge.
Yeah! Puts on sunglasses. Just like, oh, shit.
I know what I got to do. He slips the badge in his pocket. And I'm going to need that 22 revolver. That 38 snub-nose revolver that you could shoot it here in 10 feet and it wouldn't hit the side of a barn. But if you get in trouble, you can fire it above your head and then throw it at the person. If you hit anything with that, you are fucking a crack shot.
You would have to be literally punching the guy while firing the gun into their head.
And it'd still miss. Be next to his head. You beat his ass with it and go to shoot him, and you'd be 5 feet away from his head. And fucking ricochet. He's like, I'll talk. I'll be like, fuck, I'm trying to kill you.
It's like, damn, dude, I really thought you were going to shoot me there.
I don't need you talking about shit. I need you to eat one of these 38 specials. Yeah. cops back in the 70s and 80s were like stormtroopers.
No wonder there was so much. And they would take their stance. They would do their whole stance.
Oh, the leg spread.
Yeah. Because you had to involve your whole fucking body to aim this damn thing.
Pow, pow, pow. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's a snub-nosed 38 that you're using.
You're going to hear, like, over the radio, like, all right, I'm going to make my move to take him down. We're going to need medic. We got 3 other people down, not the criminal.
Shot everybody in the crowd, and I was 4 feet from him. It's like, how bad is it?
You're like, there's a veteran on the team. It's just like, you're doing it all fucking wrong. You got it.
I had one of the guns.
The bullets. What was it? It's just like you play the whole Pirates of the Caribbean on the compass thing. The gun only shoots what it wants to shoot.
Russian roulette would be on another level with that thing.
Motherfucker. Everybody leave the room.
Yeah.
You don't know where that bullet's going. That's true Russian roulette.
But they had just cliche stuff. What I loved too, man, was the movie cars. You knew everybody by their car. When the General Lee pulled up, it was,
Oh, yeah, we hit this.
Luke and Bo.
Oh, yeah.
When the van pulled up, it was the A-Team. Starsky and Hutch.
Ooh.
What was that fucking car?
I
forget. It was a 73, I thought.
Starsky.
And it was that sloppy ass car, too.
It looked pretty good. I'm looking at it now, just like...
Oh, it was a Torino.
Yeah. 1974 Gran Torino.
74 Gran Torino. As a Grand, too. Yeah. That car, man, was so fucking heavy and big. It had so much hood. It was unreal.
I was going to say, I'm kind of looking at it now. I'm just like...
One of my dad's friends, Tommy Codwell, had one. And it was a slot box to drive. Thing was all over the road. It would burn out like no tomorrow. It'd burn out. It'd roast the tires off of it. But like, if you're cornering it, man, that thing was leaned over, and it's almost like the wheels wanted to fold in on itself when you got that thing sideways. Every once in a while, the rear end would hop.
You know, I feel like it's a very sleeper car that I would love to. I'm trying to figure out what year would be really good to get it. You know what? 1969 El Camino. I think that would be a very dope car.
Yeah, I liked El Caminos.
I definitely get it on, was it that glossy black with the white racing stripes? Be dope. Also, too, you can never, like, what was it? You can never go wrong with choosing a matte black color for a car. Matte black is, I feel like, one of the coolest colors you can put.
Yeah, matte black's pretty tough.
I feel like there's not too many people using actually like matte paint on their car. And I think that's just something that's just like, I feel like you're really missing out on something that can look really, really badass.
It went through a phase.
I guess.
It did go through a phase. Oh man, you're gonna have to send me your address again too. Just thought of that.
Wow, what's up?
Let's send you a postcard.
Ooh, hell yeah.
They have some pretty cool postcards here.
I'll text it to you.
That'd be good. I think I'm gonna walk outside and smoke.
Were you saying something?
Yeah, I was saying going downstairs real quick.
Okay.
Do you want to stay on?
What was that?
Do you want to stay on?
Yeah, I'll stay on. If I got something to say, they'll let me ramble for a bit.
If I got something to say.
Uh-huh.
What time you got to work tomorrow?
I'll be heading in probably. Yeah, I'll probably head in around 8. I usually like doing the early hours just so I can. So I'm just missing traffic on both sides, and also, feel like it's just easier. Also,
yeah, I got to go in tomorrow. Probably just do a count.
Yeah.
Of everything that's installed. And I get to figure out what they want to do.
Okay, yeah, the final decision on that. What was it? I'm going to be doing a little bit more fun editing with the podcast. I want to experiment with it. Like just adding like fun sounds on certain parts, like when we're describing the story, add background music to it. Just something that's
music would be good,
right?
Because some of the things we've referred to.
That is true. I need to figure out the whole thing with adding music on here and like how to keep it on the on the thing of just making it to where we don't get copyrighted and stuff. I gotta look into it.
We'll turn this off and then call me, or I'll call you downstairs.
Okay.
And then take some notes.
Okay.
Is that okay or no?
Well, wait. So when you get downstairs, we're going to be done podcasting, and then I'll just call you up, and then we'll figure out.
Yeah, I figured we'd cut this last part off.
Yeah.
Because we can use this and maybe cut it up. If you're wanting to mess with it, like you can cut this